Parents, are you still drilling your child every night, trying to get him or her to memorize lists of sight words? If you're still doing that, please stop. This is not an effective way to get your child to learn those words. All you're doing is getting your child frustrated and possibly developing an aversion to reading, which we definitely don't want. Children don't learn to read by memorizing whole words. Today, I'm going to share with you some effective strategies that you can use with your children to help them learn those frequently used words that they see in text. So let's get started. First, let's redefine what we mean by sight words. So in many schools, teachers use the words sight words and high frequency words interchangeably, but they're actually different. What they're referring to are high frequency words. Those are words that appear in many of the stories and books that children usually come across in the early years. Words like the, and, is, you, was, he or she. These are the words that they see a lot in those early texts. So we call those high frequency words. Those are the words that we want the children to learn and be able to recognize by sight. So some of those words are regular, okay? Some words are regular. What we mean by regular is that they can be decoded easily, like the word on, in, at, not, at. So those words can be decoded. There's nothing irregular about these words. But some of these high frequency words are irregular, okay? Words like the, okay? The E here in the is not a long E sound. It's actually pronounced like a short U sound, the. And the word said. The AI there in the middle doesn't have a long I sound, it actually has a short E sound. So said and was, okay? Those are irregular words that we teach them only the irregular part of the word. That's the part we expect them to know by heart and memorize, but the rest of the word can be decoded easily, okay? So we're going to look at that. Actually, about 85% of the high frequency words are fully decodable and follow regular phonetic patterns. There's only about 15% of the words that are irregular. And some of those words are temporarily irregular until the children learn those special phonetic patterns, then they become regular words. Okay, there are three categories of high frequency words. So I started talking about that. So the regular ones are words that are decodable, and the irregular ones are words like these: was, one, would. They just have to know those by heart because those words are irregular. They're spelled not the way they are pronounced. And the ones that are temporarily irregular are words like for, here, does, were, off, use. So for instance, like the word use, when the children learn the silent E syllable and that the E makes the vowel before it long, then this word is no longer temporarily irregular. It becomes a decodable, a regular word for them, okay? So what are sight words then? Sight words, once the children learn those patterns and they learn how to read those words, those high frequency words, and they can recognize them automatically by sight, they don't have to decode them. So decoding them is when they have to spell them out or they have to sound them out to read them. But once they know them by heart, once they know them by sight, automatically, that's when we call them sight words. So that's what we became. So when they're still learning the words, they're not sight words yet. There are high frequency words. And once they commit them to memory and they can recognize them by sight right away, that's when they are sight words. So a word, now the child learned what the word you looks like, okay? It's an irregular word. The child learned it. Now he committed it to memory. Now it's a sight word. Okay, so let's go over the heart word strategy. That's an important strategy that you can use with your children to show them what the irregular part of the word is and how to learn that part. So for instance, the word the, I show the child, here's the word the. I pronounce it the, T-H-E, the. The regular part of the word is the TH, the, the, okay? And the irregular part of the word is the E there at the end. So it's not a long E sound, it's a sound, okay? The. So we put a red marker there to show the child that that's the irregular part of the word. Okay? So we show them how to spell it. So TH, the diagram TH stands for the part of the word, and the E stands for the part of the word. And that's the part that we need to know by heart. So we put a little heart on top of that part of the word, so they remember that that's the tricky part. That's the part that I need to know by heart. Here's another one. The word said is another irregular word. So some parts of this word are decodable, like the letter S, that makes a sound, and the letter D that makes a sound, the same sound. So S and D are decodable. The part that's irregular is the part in the middle, the AI together, okay? Okay, that's the irregular part of the word. So we put a heart on top of the AI there to show them that's the part that makes the short E sound, not the long A sound. So it's spelled with AI, but it has the short E sound. So said. Okay, so this is a very effective strategy that you can use with your children. And if you want to see more short video clips that show you how this works, you can visit reallyGreatReading.com. The link is there in the bottom of the screen. I will also put it in the description box so that you can access it. And you could see many videos with many irregular words using the heart word strategy. Okay. So here's another strategy you can use. You can simply use magnetic letters like these, or if they don't have the magnet in the back, you could use regular letters like these, or if you have regular letter tiles, you can use these to help the children spell out the words and practice making the words. The point is, the more they use manipulatives like this and work with the word to learn how to spell it and which part is tricky if it's an irregular word, this will help them commit the word to memory. So these sensory activities where they're using tactile, touching, and playing with the letters to make the word will help them commit them to memory and help them learn them, and then they become sight words. Okay. You could also use a very common method is using shaving cream or foam, like you see here, putting it on some kind of a tray and having the children create write the word in the foam. Again, it's that tactile and kinesthetic methods that help the children learn the words better and commit them to memory. You can also use sand as another effective method you can use. Put some sand on a tray and have the children give them the word and have them practice writing the word in the sand. or if sand is not available, you can definitely use salt, works just as well. It's a cheaper way, but it definitely works much better, works the same way. Or you could use Play-Doh or clay, some kind of Play-Doh or Play-Doh. You can use that also to make the words. All these activities are very, very effective in helping the children learn those high frequency words that we want them to learn so they can start reading right away. So thank you very much. I hope you found this helpful today.